Dipak Mahato, founder of SeaChange Technologies. Textile production does take a tremendous amount of water for the finishing, the dyeing, and other processes. And it produces an effluent stream. And so I came up with a way to purify water. We're not talking about something that's incremental. We're going to save them a little more effluent or a little less energy. This is 180 degrees from what they've been doing for decades. When I came up with the idea 3 years ago and decided I was going to do something about it, the first thing I did is I had to go from idea to practice. So working with my humidifier, the vacuum cleaner, a radiator, and a few other components. And that was in the basement, so I actually started in the basement. We built the first prototype, and that only processed a tiny bit of water, very slowly and inefficiently, but it was enough for us to say, for me to say, okay, this is going to work. Then we moved up to the garage, and we started building bigger ones, and so now I'm buying components off of eBay and Craigslist and building a big contraption that can purify water. I took that around, and it was still very inefficient and slow. But we could take muck straight out of North Carolina's intercoastal waterway and make water you'd want to drink, and that was great, and we were excited about that. I took that around and showed it to customers, and particularly oil and gas producers, and they're like, well, this is neat, but what are we going to do with this fresh water? Like, oh. Then I started to understand the business, that their big problem with handling this effluent that they had was actually in moving it and hauling it to different places to treat it or get rid of it or inject it into the ground. And so at that point, I said to one of them, you know, what if I don't use the whole process and make fresh water? I could turn it off here and just make your water vaporized. And they got pretty excited about that. So this is similar. This is a sample of an industrial effluent, and it's nasty stuff. How our process works is we take this and we spray it into a fine mist. It's like a cloud, because then we can just move it by blowing air at it. And so what we do after we create that mist is we blow it through a stream of air, and as it's blowing along, it vaporizes. And so all that's left is this. And this is the powder, or the salts that remain at the end of our process. The textile industry has been around for ever. People have been wearing clothes, as long as people have been wearing clothes, I suppose. And industries just get used to a certain way of doing things. And effluent has just been the cost of doing business. So, yeah, we hope to change that.